Sup, dude? There's a guy in the league that I think every team needs. And I'm not going to sit here and tug at your balls. The guy I'm talking about is PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker doesn't look like he'd be an NBA player. He's 6'5", 245 pounds, making him more suited for, I don't know, football. For comparison, I'm 6'4", 195 pounds. PJ Tucker could fold me like an omelet. If me and PJ were in prison together, he'd make me his wife. Aesthetically, PJ isn't as glamorous of a player as someone like LaMelo Ball, who's had endless mixtapes since he was in high school. PJ is not that type of player. PJ doesn't get hoop mixtapes. PJ gets fight compilations. I'm not kidding. When I was writing the script for this video and I wanted to see if PJ actually had a hoop mixtape, I looked up PJ Tucker hoop mixtape and goddamn, nothing came up except for a fight compilation. In other words, PJ's the junkyard dog. He's the hustler. He's the fool that does the dirty work. And that motherfucker can slang that bitch from the corner like no other. Every championship team needs a guy like this, cause a lot of star players are pussies and won't dive for a ball, play good D, or take the opposing team's head coach out back and cap him. Star players just want to shoot threes and do their cute little celebrations. Not PJ though. PJ was bred to kill. He's a shorter, wider Dennis Rodman with a strap. A few years back, PJ was playing center for the Houston Rockets small ball lineup, when keep in mind PJ is 6'5". An NBA center is usually like 6'11 plus. Mike D'Antoni wanted to kill PJ. He would send him out there and make him play 35 minutes a night, getting the shit kicked out of him by 7-footers. When PJ came to the league, he was considered a tweener. A tweener in the NBA means you don't really have one position. Nowadays, that's seen as a good thing because you need players who can switch on D. But back in 2006, when PJ was drafted, tweeners were not seen as a good thing. Teams didn't know what the fuck to do with them. In the 2006 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors selected PJ Tucker with the 35th pick. PJ was considered a wing, and the Raptors already had a ton of wings. Because there were so many wings, everyone was battling for playing time, and PJ received no help or guidance at all. He wasn't getting any playing time, so he started acting super childish, doing things like showing up to practice right before it started. The coaching staff started noticing that PJ was slacking off, and at the end of PJ's rookie year, the Raptors coach, GM, executives, whatever, those people brought PJ into a room alone and turned the lights off and started tickling him. After they were done tickling him, they grabbed a Desert Eagle, put it to PJ's dome, and popped him. I'm kidding. They just brought PJ in the room, showed him videotape of how he acted before, during, and after a game, and they used that as the reason for cutting him. After PJ was cut, he went overseas and started playing like prime LeBron. He was a German League champion, a German League Finals MVP, a German Cup champion, a German Champions Cup champion, I guess, a German League All-Star, a German League Import Player of the Year, Israeli Super League Champion, Israeli Super League MVP, Israeli Basketball Premier League Finals MVP, Ukrainian Super League All-Star. This motherfucker's a legend over there in Europe. He played on 6 different teams in 5 years, and then in 2012 he opted out of a multi-year deal that he had accepted to play in Russia. It was the biggest contract he'd ever gotten, but the Suns offered him a 2-year deal. He played really well in those 2 years despite the stat sheet not exactly showing it. In 2014, when PJ's contract was up, the Suns offered him an extension of 3 years and $16.5 million. PJ had finally proven his worth. And currently, even though PJ is 95 years old, every championship contender wants him. I was kind of hoping that the Heat were going to make it to the finals to make this video age a little better, but they got their ass kicked. Kyle Lowry's ass was not enough to propel them to a victory. Every championship team needs PJ because not everyone is willing to do what he does. He sacrifices glory for team success, and that's pretty commendable. Big fucking word. Click here if you want to watch this video. Or don't. I don't know. Thanks for watching, Boopsy Fruit.